Have you ever felt like giving up? Like the world is too heavy and you're running out of strength to carry it? You're not alone. But here's the truth. Rock bottom is not the end. It's a beginning. Because some of the most successful people on earth started there. Homeless, broken, forgotten, and yet they rose. Today, you're going to hear 5 powerful stories that prove one thing. You can lose everything and still win. Stay with me. Chris Gardner's story is one of the most iconic underdog stories ever told. If you've seen The Pursuit of Happiness, you've only scratched the surface. Chris Gardner was broke. No home, no support. Just a 2-year-old son and a dream. In the early 1980s, Chris was a struggling salesman in San Francisco. He had a young son to care for and no place to live. Imagine being a parent, having to pretend you're just camping when you're really sleeping in public restrooms or shelter lines. By day, he worked tirelessly at a stock brokerage internship. Unpaid, competitive, ruthless. At night, he searched for shelter. With no money for food, no guarantee of a future, Chris never let go of the vision of something better. And eventually, that belief paid off. He was hired as a full-time employee. He climbed the ranks. Years later, he launched his own brokerage firm. Today, he's a multimillionaire, philanthropist, and speaker. Gardner once said, "The world is your oyster. It's up to you to find the pearls." From a homeless shelter to Wall Street. Chris Gardner didn't wait for life to get easier. He got stronger. Oprah Winfrey didn't just beat the odds, she shattered them. She was born in rural Mississippi to a teenage single mother and raised in poverty. Oprah Winfrey had every reason to give up. Her childhood was marked by abuse, neglect, and trauma. But Oprah had something that couldn't be taken from her. Her voice. She began reading and speaking publicly at a young age. At 14, she ran away from home. She went on to work in a local media, at a time when Black women were rarely seen on television. She was told she was unfit for television, fired, rejected, but rejection became her fuel. She kept going. Oprah moved to Chicago, where she transformed a struggling talk show into a phenomenon, The Oprah Winfrey Show. It ran for 25 years. Her empathy, intelligence, and vulnerability changed television forever. She became the first Black female billionaire and is now one of the most powerful voices on the planet, using her platform to educate, inspire, and uplift millions. Oprah's story is proof that your past does not define your future. You do. Her secret? Turning pain into purpose. She once said, "You become what you believe." Oprah believed in herself, even when no one else did, and that belief changed the world. Today, Elon Musk is a name synonymous with innovation, but his path to success was anything but smooth. Before he became the richest man in the world, Elon Musk was a kid who got bullied every day. He was small, introverted, and obsessed with reading, often finishing 2 books a day. Born in South Africa, Musk was a quiet, introverted kid who was bullied constantly. He escaped into books and computers. At 17, he left for Canada with barely any money, then moved to the US to study. He started small, building software, selling code. He co-founded Zip2, sold it, then PayPal, sold it again. Most people would have retired. But Elon? He took everything he earned and bet it all on two companies, SpaceX and Tesla. Both nearly bankrupted him. Rockets exploded. Cars didn't sell. He risked everything. At one point, he couldn't pay rent. His friends told him he was crazy. He was days away from financial ruin, but he didn't stop. He worked 100-hour weeks, slept on the factory floor, and faced constant ridicule. Today, Tesla leads the EV revolution. SpaceX is redefining space travel, sending rockets to space and bringing them back. His story is more than business. It's about obsession, belief, and pushing through the impossible. Musk once said, "When something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor." He didn't wait for permission. He created the future. Inky Johnson was born into poverty. In a 2-bedroom home with 14 family members in Atlanta. He only had one dream: to make it to the NFL. Every morning he woke up at 4 a.m. to train. He earned a scholarship and made it to college football and was on the radar of scouts. He was just 8 games away from going pro. Then tragedy struck. A devastating tackle, one injury, and everything changed. Doctors told him he'd never use his right arm again. Inky's right arm was permanently paralyzed. His NFL dream was gone, just like that. But something powerful happened. Inky didn't give up. He reinvented himself. He turned heartbreak into hope. He became a motivational speaker, sharing his story of pain, purpose, and perseverance. Today, he inspires millions with his message. Success is not about what you have. It's about who you become. The process is more important than the product. He lost his dream, but found his purpose. When life hit hardest, Inky stood tallest. His story is a lesson in resilience. Sometimes the setback is the setup for your greatest impact. Before Sylvester Stallone became a Hollywood legend, he was broke and desperate. He had a dream: to be an actor. But no one would hire him. His wife left him. His speech was slurred, his look unconventional. Rejected over and over, he reached the lowest point. He sold his dog, his best friend, for $25 to afford food. Then he wrote a script. Rocky. A story. A dream. Stallone pitched Rocky to every studio. Studios loved it, but didn't want him to star in it. He refused. He said, "If I give up this dream, I give up who I am." He turned down money until someone gave him the shot. When Rocky finally released, it became a cultural icon. That movie won 3 Oscars, made millions, and turned Stallone into a global icon. With his first paycheck, he bought his dog back for $15,000. Stallone's journey is a reminder that belief in your vision, even when no one else sees it, is the beginning of greatness. The lesson? Never sell your dream, even when the world tells you to. Fight for what you believe in. Be your own underdog story. These 5 stories share one truth. Success is not about where you start. It's about what you're willing to do when everything falls apart. Chris Gardner, Oprah Winfrey, Elon Musk, Inky Johnson, Sylvester Stallone. Different paths. Same truth. They all faced rejection, failure, heartbreak, but they kept moving forward. That's what greatness requires. Not perfection, just resilience. You might not see the way forward today, But that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Keep going. Keep fighting. Because your story is not over. When life pushes you down, get up. When doubt creeps in, shut it out. When everything feels impossible, remember, you are one decision away from a completely different life. So start today. Don't wait. Don't wish. Work. And one day, you'll become someone else's inspiration. To remind the world what it means to never give up.